Oklahoma has seen an increase in homelessness for the second year in a row. That's according to a recent report by the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. But there is some good news in the findings. The number of chronically homeless people has decreased, thanks in part to efforts underway in Tulsa.
These are our care packs.
Noe Rodriguez spends his days going to places few would venture.
I got a pack. Hello, hello.
He's taking a care package to whoever is living inside this hovel built with discarded mattresses. The person who sleeps here wasn't around.
Right now, I'll leave him a pack and my card, and so hopefully he'll reach out to me.
Rodriguez is the street outreach coordinator for the Mental Health Association Oklahoma. He works tirelessly seeking out people who are chronically homeless in Tulsa. Some of the encampments require a lot of walking to get to, and getting within earshot can sometimes be perilous.
Hello? Anybody home? Hello, hello?
In a muddy area hidden in the woods, all is silent.
I have some packs and some water if you want. It's Noe, I'm with the outreach team.
A disheveled young man with a dog finally shows himself.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, man, what's your name?
Matthew.
Matthew gives a response Rodriguez is happy to hear. Matthew says he is willing to have Rodriguez find him stable housing.
I'll bring my laptop here and we can do it right here. Is that okay?
Yeah, I'm working on cleaning all this mess up. This was somebody else's spot before we got here.
What I'll do is when I come back by, I'll bring some trash bags.
Okay.
Rodriguez and his response team are part of a community collaboration called the Built for Zero campaign. In September alone, 219 chronically homeless people were housed. 211 were veterans. And in the last 2 years, Tulsa has placed more than 900 people in permanent housing and connected them to social services to help them rebuild their lives.
It's a lot of work, because you're coordinating housing. So you're talking about leasing, you're talking about groceries, furniture, making sure they make their appointments, their documentations that they need. So it's a lot that goes into that front end. And then when you finally give them the keys and they have their keys, I'm excited. It doesn't get old,
With Rodriguez's help, Ron Simpson recently moved into his own apartment and is now on the road to self-sufficiency. Ron was in pretty bad shape when Rodriguez first encountered him.
This is where I met Ron.
The encampment is abandoned right now, but the remains of a fire pit mark the spot where Ron severely burned his foot after passing out drunk. Ron had hit rock bottom after being homeless on and off for more than 20 years.
There was a recliner he was sitting at. A couple people were with him, kind of helping him because he had just gotten beat up pretty bad.
Ron's apartment is located at one of several complexes the Mental Health Association owns across Tulsa. With the help of a caseworker, Ron is adjusting well.
Shoot, I feel like I'm getting back to a little bit of normalcy, yeah.
Rodriguez says some are harder to help than others.
Will you go, if I take you, make sure you get where you need to be?
I really don't want to go right now. I got staff.
That's fine.
Tricia is in her 70s and has been homeless for several years. Like many on the street, Tricia has suffered trauma.
I was sleeping, he just jumped on me and started pressing my face down into a pillow and had his arm around me like that. So from that point on, I started planning on how to get away from him, and I've been on the streets ever since.
Tricia is eligible for Social Security and food stamps, but is unable to apply for those benefits.
They're having trouble locating my birth certificate, and I can't get my ID until I get that.
Rodriguez says the Mental Health Association could use about 5 more people to do the work he does, and that they really need donations. The association is asking for community help in locating the homeless. On its website, mhaok.org, concerned citizens can go to the street outreach page and make a report instead of calling police.
If the police come out, they're asking them to move on, and which they do, most of the time. And then the problem goes somewhere else.
While Rodriguez knows he can't end chronic homelessness completely, he does believe each contact he makes on the streets may result in second chances for those who have fallen through the cracks and really want help.